Welcome to 4Movies, where we will be discussing 4 movies that have something in common. But what they have in common, I know. But do you? If you do, save it for the end of the video. If you don't, wait till the end of the video. I will tell you. We're going to talk about 4 movies. First movie. Boom. Star Wars. The Phantom Menace. That's right. We're talking about Star Wars. The Phantom Menace. A fun film. And I was watching a video where they were saying the problem with the first trilogy, which would be 4, 5, 6, which to study the marketing of that, like just to start on 4, 5, 6, was a phenomenal idea. Like, what a great way to do that, you know. And that took a little bit of pre-planning, like I said. But this movie is one of those things where, like, they say that the 4, 5, 6 is like, well, there was bad pre-planning on that. You know, they're going this way and this way and this way with the story and this way with the story. But I think that is more prevalent in episode 1, 2, 3. Is this all over the place storytelling, or this pandering? Like, if you come up with a trilogy, The problem is you introduced a phenomenal character. Darth Maul was just a great villain, and then kill him off in the first movie. It took 3 movies to topple down Darth Vader. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen that. But Darth Maul should have lasted 3 movies. Darth Maul should have been that character. Because it was all about... I think you could have got some more interesting stuff. That's one of the things that I like about 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. The consistency of characters. It was just these 3 characters, or 4 characters, or whatever, if you had Finn in there, but they were, or that pilot guy. Like, if you add all those characters, those 4 characters were in all the movies, you know. Whereas, excuse me, you essentially have Obi-Wan, and then you have Qui-Gon Jinn, played by, you know, Liam Neeson, and then they get killed off in the first movie. I mean, not when Qui-Gon Jinn gets killed off in the first movie. Like, you introduce the character and you kill him off in the first movie. We knew there was going to be a part 2. I mean, why? And then Jar Jar, goodness gracious, is one of those things that I remember going to see the second Star Wars movie in theaters because they said, dude, he kills Jar Jar Binks. So I was like, oh, thank goodness. But, like, they didn't, and they just relegated him to the background. Speaking of that, we could probably talk about Star Wars Episode 2. Yeah. It's funny that Boba Fett became such the sensation that Boba Fett became, because if you rewatch those movies, he ain't that great. You know, he gets hit in the... He's jokey. He's like, but, oh, I was actually hit your jetpack. Well, you went flying. Oh, you went to the Starlight Pit. Whoopsie. You know, it's like... And that's the guy. Everybody wants to be like him. Yeah, that's a cool character. That's people's character. It's like, why? Okay. Anyways, so I guess if you were to say each trilogy has something that they introduced and they didn't follow through with, an interesting concept they didn't follow through with. Darth Maul would be of the first 3 movies. I did like how they had the clones, like, they actually, like, you see the clones and all that stuff. Like, the clone city is cool. It had had a flare, not Cloud City flare, but it had a flare because Cloud City also had some plot points that were hit inside of it, which I thought were phenomenal and whatnot. But if there was a trilogy thing that they didn't really go further into, I would say the first three would be Darth Maul. They shouldn't have killed him off in the first movie. They should have continued his story through that. He should have had some kind of arc. That would have been phenomenal. That would have put these three movies together. And it's like one of those things where, like, I can understand that kind of stuff happening in the first Star Wars movie, you know, the number 4. Because who knows if it's gonna, like, even James Earl Jones doesn't have his name in the title, or in the credits, because he was like, don't put my name in this, because he didn't think it was gonna be that big, and it ended up being, you know, phenomenal, and then it was like, it got bigger, and so it was like, oh, okay, now we're gonna make a sequel, now we're gonna do that, okay, well, that makes sense. They didn't see that coming, okay, but these three, like with the phenomenon that was 4, 5, 6, there was no way they didn't do the first one and expect to have a second one, you know, come out. So I just think they should have done that as a trilogy, expecting to make a trilogy. I just think it would have been more strongly put together. The third one, I did also like the General Grievous. Like, I wish they would have gone more in depth about General Grievous. You know, had him as a... I liked how he was occurring. I believe that he dies in the third one, or he's introduced in the second one, dies in the third one, something like that. I thought he was a really cool character, not explored enough, and stuff like that. Oh, and then the other part would be in the first. So 1, 2, 3, the not exploring Darth Maul, like not putting Darth Maul across all of these. Like, if it would have been Darth Maul, oh man, if you could have got Liam Neeson to sign off on 2 movies and then just have him be injured and have him dealing with the injury, like through the second movie before he passed away, that would have been phenomenal. But anyways, Darth Maul was at the 4, 5, 6 Ewoks. Ewoks mentioned in that movie, never mentioned again. But they did that in the last half of it, not in the first half. In the first half, it would have been weird. It's like, I don't know, there's no... Even in the, Acolyte and stuff like that, they go and get a Wookiee. Was like, I don't know. I think they should do like a solo Ewok series. That could be pretty cool. I heard that they did a series where it was like, you watch it, and from watching it, you can learn a different language. That'd be cool if they did that with Ewoks. Like, you could understand what the Ewoks were saying. That'd be so awesome. If you could understand what the Ewoks were saying, and then make it so that when you watch Return of the Jedi, it's a fuller experience, and you're like, oh man, did you just hear what they said? Just cater it so it's like, oh man, you know, in the Ewokanese, they just said that. It's kind of a waste of time because it would be a fictional language, but still, it's been done before. I mean, they've hired linguists to create languages for these movies, but to have it be like, I watch a series, I understand what they're saying, and then you go watch Return of the Jedi, I go, man, I'm gonna eat this, eat these people right here. That's what they're saying. You know. Anyways, and I haven't even talked about the fourth movie. I'm going all on. Formula 51. If you have not heard of Formula 51, and you live outside of, I guess, the United States, or wherever in the world it was, this movie was not always called Formula 51, because, like, if you look at it, look it up on streaming and stuff like that, in certain places it was called the 51st State. I don't know why, but that maybe it's like Formula 51 sounds like a race car or something like that, but they called it Formula 51, and in other places it was called the 51st State. So I don't know why, but that's what it is. What do these movies have in common? They all have Samuel L. Jackson in them. I know I should have gave a pause and let somebody figure that one out, but I thought it was like with Formula 51. It's kind of like he's on the cover, bro. It's like you want to see Samuel L. Jackson in his skirt, bam. You want to see Samuel L. Jackson's buttocks, that's at the end there. Oh goodness gracious! I'm never gonna live that down because like at my household, one of those things was like, oh man, I remember this movie from way back when, Robo Jocks. Let's see, and then there's like dude butt, and I'm like, well maybe not Robo Jocks. There was a dude-esque girl, but it was it was one of those things where I was showing movies and then I forgot that there was butt in it, and so like it comes up all the time where like they're like, man, it's like, oh, it's your favorite movie. Like, oh no no. And then Formula 51 was like, oh, it's on the very they're like, oh yeah, this is why I picked this movie. No, it's not. That's just ironic. Anyways. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this far, you're awesome. Stay awesome. I am an artist and a physical media collector, and I'm going to be doing a video a day until I get a silver play button or a gold play button, or if I just run out of physical media to show you. But I do have a lot of physical media, and after that, you know, I would like probably do art or something like that. Like I said, I am currently making an animated feature film, so I'll probably do that. I have a little movie made. Well, it's all filmed. I haven't edited it yet. And so I still have that to do, and that might be a movie I release on Halloween. But we'll see. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in tomorrow. Like, subscribe, all this stuff.